football highlights. Come and get him here in New York City. It is Monday, September 9th. My name is Kay. Nate Burleson, Peter Schrager, Kyle Brandt here for it all. And it's not over. 4 games tonight to wrap up week 1, but it's time for the lead block.
The lead block!
And the Sunday night game. Steelers, Patriots, go.
Should we do it? Let's go to Foxborough. Where they just, guys, this is what they do in Foxborough. Mike Thomas said we weren't ready for prime time. No, this was like 2 a.m. on the Spike Network for the Steelers. They go to Fox and get crushed. But let's hear from Tom Brady about some new wide receiver talent he might be adding. What's up, 12?
I think everybody's excited to add, great players. It helps everybody when, you have great players that are sharing the burden of a tough football season. So I think, like anything else, whether it was Josh last year or Phillip when he got here a few years ago late, and then, this year Antonio, how much can you learn and process and get in here, and we're all going to work hard and try to get up to speed as fast as possible. But we haven't had a training camp together or that, so it's, you got to force a lot of information, and, we're all excited to have him, and all I could say is we're just going to work as hard as we possibly can to get up to speed as quickly as possible.
Well, there are 31 teams that are not excited with what they saw last night. Usually the Patriots start off slow to start the year, but this was a pick-your-poison offense that you've been a fan of all offseason, despite some question marks.
And that's just it. Well said. The variety within this offense is what makes it difficult. Every defense comes in trying to stop Tom Brady, but that's just it. Even though he's the best of all time and he's the GOAT, it's not just stopping Tom Brady. It's also the host of running backs. They had 5 different guys rush the ball. And you think that's hard enough for me to figure out who is your running back going to be in the game. But then they come out and they have 7 different guys that catch the ball. So if you're a defense coming in, you're saying, all right, Tom Brady is a genius at picking apart zone, so he can't play zone. All right, well, let's try to play man. Well, listen, we got too many crossing routes within this offense. We're going to get lost. Let's blitz him. He gets the ball out too fast. All right, you know what? We'll focus on one guy. We'll stop Julian Edelman. Josh Gordon hits you. We'll stop Josh Gordon. Philip Dorsett hits you. And the list goes on and on and on. So for me, it is the variety in which they play with. And you heard Tom Brady talking right there at the end of the game saying, listen, we're going to get Antonio Brown caught up to speed as soon as possible. If he does, if he gets a hold of that playbook like these guys can, it's going to be a wrap for any defense that faces him.
We've had the show, Kay, for 4 years?
Their 4th year, baby.
The 3 other seasons, as Patriots went to the Super Bowl, they won 2 of them, they lost 1 of them. Nate just listed all the players. He's right. There's 7 receivers, 5 running backs. I ask, do you need Antonio Brown on that team? You just blew out the Steelers 33-3, and everyone's doing flips. Antonio Brown's coming. Antonio Brown's coming. Is that the fly in the ointment? Like, do you need that? Does that upset the apple cart? Because on Wednesday, Antonio Brown was out of practice for an NFL team and took a football and punted it. He threatened his general manager. He took another football and he threw it in a garbage can. And then another one, he caught a pass and he ran to the side, and there was a fence that separates a tarmac to an airport and the practice field, and tried throwing it over the fence. And you could say, well, he did all that to get to the Patriots. Yeah. Do the Patriots need that? Like, is that going to work? We have a lot of time to chew on that, but they looked really good last night without Antonio Brown.
That question's everywhere. Do they need him? He's Antonio Brown. the Warriors didn't need Kevin Durant. He's Kevin Durant. If all of us are at the taqueria and we got the enchilada platters and the chips and the big old marg and that little cart comes by, we don't need the tableside guac, but damn it, we're going to take it. It's the tableside guac. And I'll tell you something, if it starts to contaminate the rest of the meal and it's a little too spicy, take this away. Take it away, sir. See you later. We'll go back to the chips. It's Antonio Brown.
Well, the Patriots have the Dolphins. I do want to give a quick shout out to the defense for the Patriots that's going to get totally overlooked everywhere today. This is a team that held the Steelers to 3 points, a team that had so many questions about losing Trey Flowers and losing Brian Flores. Gerard Mayo, what he is doing for that defense is amazing, holding them to under 50 rushing yards, holding Big Ben Roethlisberger in check all night long. So more on the Steelers and the Patriots, but I want some more highlights. Titans-Browns was lit.
Yeah, it was lit.
Take us to the Super Bowl, Nate.
I got you, though. That's right. Here we go. There it is. Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry, star-studded offense, and there's Freddie Kitchens, the Browns head coach. Haven't won a season opener since 2004. First and goal, opening drive. Okay. Dontrell Hilliard.
Yeah.
Okay, so they get in the end zone. Browns lead 6-0. Would mix the extra point. Maybe that's foreshadowing that things will fall apart from there. Okay, less than 2 minutes to go. How about this? Hubbard gets beat. Cameron Wake comes off. And it is Baker Mayfield trying to make something happen.
What is happening?
Interception. Here's a clue. The Butler did it. Malcolm Butler. That is a 38-yard TD right there. And it was not good. Baker Mayfield, 1 TD, 3 interceptions. The Titans, yes, the Titans. Shout out to the Titans. They win 43-13. All right, and here is Delaney Walker, tight end for the Titans, talking about all the hype the Browns had.
We circle this game. This is just another game. We ain't worried about it. I'm going to tell you again, man. They were who we thought they were. Y'all can crown them if you want to crown them. Still got to play football.
Because everybody's going to throw us in the trash. I think that's good. I know what type of men we have in this locker room, and quite frankly, I don't really give a damn what happens on the outside. I know how we're going to react. I know what we're going to do, how we're going to bounce back, and we got a Monday night game coming up. So we don't really care. We're ready to go.
Credit to the Titans for their win. More on Delaney Walker in his words, but let's talk Browns' injury status. Their quarterback, Baker Mayfield, was seen with a little something around his hand. What is going on with Baker?
That's right. He was spotted walking out of the stadium with a black wrap on his right wrist. Of course, when you're a quarterback, you leave the stadium with a wrap on your throwing hand. Not a good sign, but from what I understand, this is considered to be a minor injury for the Browns starting quarterback. He had x-rays. They were negative. This was described to me, Kay, as just a bruise and no big deal. So that is good. Obviously, much better than the alternative for the Cleveland Browns. But now the question becomes, what is going to happen in practice? Is the swelling going to go down enough where he's going to be able to practice fully, or is the hand injury something that we're going to be talking about for Baker Mayfield throughout the next couple weeks?
Thank you so much. Ian will be talking to you throughout the day. We had some other serious injuries to the quarterback position, the wide receivers as well. So don't you go anywhere. Grab a cup of coffee and enjoy some highlights. The Browns losing to the Titans. Shrakes, you cannot win many games if you're 1 for 10 on third down.
No, that's just one stat that pops out. The other one would be 18 penalties for 182 yards, a franchise record since 1951. Guys, I tried telling you all over the summer. I did my best.
Go on.
Let me do the I told you so. I just said you don't win games in March, April, June, and July.
Right.
You don't win games in August. You don't win games on the cover of GQ magazine or Sports Illustrated and all that stuff. And I think everyone in the Browns organization is like, just chill out. Like, we got it. We're good. But you put a big target on your back. You get fans excited.
Yep.
And truthfully, when you're at home and that crowd is out there since 9 a.m., there could be no greater thud to start a season than a 30-point loss at home in which you're penalized 18 times and convert 1 third down. As bad a start to the season as I could imagine for any team with Super Bowl hype. And yet, it's only 1 week and there's plenty of time to rebound. But, hey, John Dorsey and Elliott Wolf can only do so much and put the talent on the field. At some point, you got to coach and play. And last night, they were not feeling good about this team.
You love this squad, Burleson.
I know. The question is, my reaction to the Browns losing to the Titans. I'll rephrase the question. What's my reaction to the Titans beating up on the Browns? Let's credit the Titans. Mariota, for all the doubters who said that, listen, they haven't paid him. Look at Mariota. He might not be the guy. He balled out. That defense, like we're seeing right here, Cameron Wake, put pressure, physical pressure on Baker Mayfield. You know who else felt pressure? Freddie Kitchens felt pressure. There was a lot of shots of him on the sideline. Welcome to the league, rookie head coach. So, yes, there's a lot of hype. I'm not willing to throw them in the trash like Baker Mayfield said. It is week 1. Let's just wait and see how these guys respond.
Props to the Titans. As far as the Browns, I think it was the worst debut of the season. I think it was worse than the Bears, because at least the Bears' defense played well. I think it was worse than the Dolphins because of expectations on the Dolphins. It was a worse debut than that John Travolta movie that Fred Durst directed. You see, worse than that. However, I'm staying by him. I took a vow to Baker Mayfield. I still think they'll turn this around. You know why? Guys, week 1 is a liar. Understand that. A year ago, this time, we were talking about the Ryan Fitzpatrick Buccaneers putting 48 points in the Superdome on New Orleans. The Cowboys were embarrassed by the Panthers. The Chargers were blown out on their home field. So they got some things to #clean up. I get it. But as far as everyone who's doing the jig on the Browns' grave, Peter, just everyone give them some time. It was a bad week. They got so much talent. I'm sticking with it.
So this is fixable all around the breakfast table. This is fixable
It's week
stuff.
1.
It's a little nerve-wracking.
A little nerve-wracking.
And a player ejected for kicking another player. Like, Freddie, coach him up, bud. Let's
At
go.
GMFB with your thoughts, Titan fans. We hear you, more on you throughout the show, but we've got to get to America's team. Dak, best game of his career?
I think it was the most perfect game of his career and
come
the
on.
biggest game of his
It's
career.
the perfect
Screw
game.
it.
Jerry
You want a
Jones
playoff game right here.
had to face questions about his imminent deal, his impending deal. Has it happened before?
Inevitable.
We'll break it down. And two big names go down in the same game. Rap Sheet returns to give us the outlook for Nick Foles and Tyreek Hill.